Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me check if everything is working before we get started. It's gonna be a quick stream. Just want to talk a little bit about everything that's happening with the United fans storming Old Trafford, and how amazing this is for football. Because this is massive what has happened today. This is actually massive. So let's check if everything on the stream is working properly before we get started. So I think everything is working. Okay, so for everyone that's not figured out yet, the United Liverpool game has been postponed, and this is massive news for football because this is going to hurt the owners. It's going to hurt the TV companies. This is probably the biggest game of the season in the Premier League. It's the two biggest clubs in the country facing up against each other, and it's been cancelled by fans today. And that is massive. And for the most part, from everything I've saw, all the protests have been peaceful. There's been one image going around Twitter that from a guy, I don't know what, if he's a security guard or a ref or something. I've not understood 100% what this guy is, but he's hurt or something. But for the most part, it's been very, very peaceful. Obviously, we don't agree and we don't condone any violence to any people that work at the club. It's not the correct way to do it, but this had to be done. This protest have to be done, and it should be done by every other club in the country as well. We need to see this happening as Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, every single club needs to start doing this. Because this is the only way we'll get our voices heard. It's the only way that maybe, somehow, some way, we can finally get rid of these greedy owners that were so close to ruining football. And don't forget, they will be back. The Super League is not over. The Super League will come back if we don't act as fans, if we don't act and get rid of these owners. We need to get rid of them. And the scenes today were actually insane watching it. You see here some photos. This is one of the best photos out there. One of the best photos. And massive well done to all United fans. I'm actually very proud, very, very proud tonight as a United fan. Because this is what we should be doing. We haven't been doing this for so many years, and we need to start doing this. It's incredible. Look at all these people storming Old Trafford. The images are just insane watching them. That this has actually happened. And it's actually so massive this, because this is going to hurt all the big companies. Sky are not going to be happy about this because they are losing millions and millions of pounds with this game being postponed. The owners will not be happy. No one will be happy. And it's finally, we're starting to get our voices heard, and it's very, very good to see. I'd love to see what you guys think, anyone who's watching the stream. Drop in the comments below, what did you think of this happening? So, some funny videos going around as well of United fans scoring goals at the Stretford end. This is a big tweet here. The biggest game in English football has been called off because of the process today at Old Trafford. The fans have the power. Let's keep going. And this is the message we should be putting forward. It looks like we do have the power. If the fans have the power to cancel the biggest game of the Premier League season, they have the power to do anything. So obviously this is the photo going around of a police officer or something. Look, I'm not for this. I don't want to see people get hurt from protests. But it's just one person in all these. It was peaceful. Let's be honest. The protests were peaceful. If there's one incident, you have to say that it's not that bad. You can see here a video as well of police hitting fans. Disgraceful. That's not what we want to see. And this is police officers at their worst, isn't it? Having too much power in their hands, hitting people protesting. But it really is some crazy stuff that has happened here today. Very, very crazy stuff. Some more photos here of the protests that start outside the ground, and after that, United fans forced their way into the stadium, and this is how everything started. But this is actually so big for football. This is so big because if this keeps on happening, at some stage the owners will have to react. Like, let's know if this happens today in 2 hours. I think Spurs are playing Sheffield United. If this happens again, and if this happens midweek and next weekend, and every single time a big club is playing, the owners will have to react at some stage or another, because this will hurt them money-wise. It will hurt them very, very much. Same with all the TV companies, BT, Sky. They are gonna hurt from all these protests that can get games cancelled at any stage, at any time. It's massive news. I never thought I'd see this, because this does happen in different countries in Europe, but in the Premier League, a game being cancelled by fans is something I never thought I'd see it, and it's very refreshing to see that fans love and adore these clubs, and they will give everything for these clubs. They will give it their all, and it's great seeing that. We might have lost a nice game. It would be nice to watch a United Liverpool game, obviously, but there's a bigger picture here. This means more, and I want to see more fans from other clubs doing the same stuff. I want to see Arsenal fans doing the same stuff, because they are owners as well. They are terrible. They're the same as the Glazers. They're basically the same person. They're doing the same stuff. They don't put any money into the clubs, and they just take and take and take all the money. They're draining the clubs of the money, and the Glazers, let's not forget, have put Man United in such huge debts that it's the amount of money they've stolen from this club is unacceptable. And it's finally time that we get some payback, and we can finally, hopefully, get rid of these owners from our beautiful clubs. Another beautiful photo here from the protests. Just says it all, doesn't it? Incredible scenes. Beautiful scenes. And I just hope this isn't a one-off thing. I need this to happen more often. I need this. I want to see this from more clubs. We need to put more pressure on every single owner of any big club in the league. It needs to happen if we want to see our game back, if we want to see the beautiful game back to the fans. This is what we have to do. We have to keep going and going and going until every single one of these owners are out of the Premier League. Because the whole Super League thing, it will happen again. If any of you have heard any of the interviews that some owners or executives have done from all the clubs that were involved in the Super League, they've all said, no one has said that this is not going to happen again. Everyone has said that like this is not the time, it should have happened, and all this stuff, and just playing with words a little bit, basically saying that yeah, we failed this time, but we will come back, and we'll come back stronger, and this will actually happen. So it's good that fans are actually realizing the severity of what's happening, and going out and storming Old Trafford and doing all these protests at every single club. It's massive because our voices are starting being heard. Because we've seen banners in stadiums for years about owners out, and banners in planes going above stadiums. They don't care. The owners don't care at all. They just care when money's affecting them, and when games are being cancelled and money's affecting them. That is how we get their attention, and this is how we can finally start to get rid of the owners from our clubs. Soccer X Pro. Soccer Pro X, you don't agree with the protests that happened today. What is your opinion on the protest today at Old Trafford? Do you agree with it or not? I'd love to hear your opinion. I'd love to hear opinion of all you guys are watching. So just type in the comments anything you want to say, and we can have a talk about it. Football is becoming American protests. I wouldn't exactly say that, because we've been all the fans have been played for years. The protest is about the Glazers, getting rid of the Glazers from Man United. And it's something that should be happening at every other big club as well, I believe. Because if this doesn't happen, the Super League will be back in no time. Because if you've heard any of the interviews that any of the executives and owners of the clubs have done, they're basically saying that it wasn't the time for the Super League, and they're basically saying it was not the time right now, but we will come back stronger, and we will force the Super League upon you guys. So we have to keep going with all these protests. Every single club that was involved, every single club that has an owner that is taking money out of the club and not bringing anything into that, they're taking advantage of the fans. This needs to happen. I don't want to see any people get hurt. I don't want to see violence. I just want to see protests. And this, from everything I've saw, what happened today was a peaceful protest. And peaceful protests are the way to go. Because you are cancelling the game, which is not giving money to the owners and to all the TV companies and everyone. And it's given more power to the fans. Oh, you agree with it? Yeah. I don't think I've heard of many fans that don't agree with these protests. Because it's for the good of our game. And it is time that we finally get our game back from these rich American owners. It's time. It's been too long that they've ruined our clubs. They've ruined my club, Man United. They've ruined them. They've put the club in so much debt. It's probably never gonna. They're never gonna pay that debt off ever. So this is some news here that at least one corner flag was taken from the ground, along with some match balls. And this meant that Man United did not have the required amount to stage a game, and more would have been needed had the game not been called off. So this is just some of the reasons that the game was called off. I think one of the reasons as well was the whole coronavirus thing and that people go into the ground and they didn't have that bubble that the Premier League clubs have. It hurts as an American to hear the Americans trying to ruin football. Yeah, it's not your fault. American fans help the game, help make it more global, and I haven't seen any American fans being for this. Everyone is against this. So it's not American fans; it's the owners that are ruining. That are ruining it because they want to make the most amount of money possible um, without putting in money. This is what the Super League was basically. It's an NFL or NBA type of league that has no relegation, no promotion. Uh, you get the same amount of money, and it just eliminates competition. This is what they want. They want their money to be the safest possible. Just take everything from the stadium. Yeah, who cares? They took a corner flag and some balls. It's minor things, minor damage to the ground. I think maybe they've ruined one or two cameras. That's the amount of money that these people make. All the companies are the BTs, Skies, United. They make so much money. This is nothing to them. The thing that cost them today was the game being cancelled. That's what cost them. So any of you guys, anything else you want to talk about in the comments, just write it and we can keep having a chat about everything. I'm gonna be live for about 5, maybe 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to end the stream. It's gonna be a short one today, but I'll be back for more videos. So don't worry. We have the Champions League midweek. We have Chelsea against Real Madrid and City against PSG for a place in the final of the Champions League. So we have that to look forward to. We have many videos coming. But this is just a stream talking about all this madness that happened today. So I just wanna see just type in the comments everything that you guys want to talk about. Oh yeah, of course. Inter also won the Serie A today, as Soccer Pro has reminded me. They really have been great this season, Inter. And Juventus were terrible this season. Juventus is another club that hasn't invested. They have a lot of debt. They don't have enough money. Um, and Inter with a great squad, not amazing players. Uh, as a Barca fan, I hope we would have done this when Bartomeu was still in our club. I'd love to hear more of your opinion as a Barcelona fan, because I'm not a huge expert on the Spanish side of football. So just type in the comments more about Bartomeu. I've heard a lot of bad things about Bartomeu, but I don't know exactly what wrongdoings he's done at Barcelona. So Sonic Boom, just type in the comments anything more so you can help me understand more of the situation. And as we're talking about, Juventus have scored a second goal against Udinese from Ronaldo. And Ronaldo did just carry this Juventus side this season because he's got 27 goals. It's basically a one-man show. The whole defense, the midfield is just very, very weak. and it might be time for Ronaldo to leave Juventus, I think. Especially if they don't make Champions League football, it's time for him to go. Screw Juve, I want to see Zlatan in the Champions League. Yeah, I would love to see AC Milan in the Champions League. It's been too long without AC Milan in the Champions League. It would be nice to see them back. I think they do have the tougher schedule. They play Juventus next week. This is probably the game that's gonna make or break the season, both clubs. If any of the two clubs win the game, they're more than likely going to make top 4 in Serie A. I heard Atletico wanted to swap Morata for Dybala. I think you've typed something wrong there, because both Morata and Dybala play for Juventus, so who are they swapping them for? Or is just the loan deal that Morata has. Bartomeu spent 500 mil on Griezmann, Coutinho, Dembele when the injuries of both Haaland and Kylian proposed that to be. Yeah, it's the amount of money that Barcelona have spent on useless players, I'd say. This is the reason that they're so back from every other club in Europe. They spent so much money on Coutinho and transfers that they don't needed them. So guys, unfortunately I will have to close the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because there are going to be more videos dropping midweek. And I will see you there. Thank you everyone for watching. Sonic Boom, I think you're new here, so don't forget to drop the video a like and subscribe also to the channel. And I'll be back for Champions League.